So, we've all been there, right? You're working on an Arma 3 mission, and you've set up the perfect holdout point for your players to dig in and defend against wave after wave of AI that are coming at them. And things are going fantastically for them, at least insofar as typical Arma player IQ is concerned. And your players have prepped a nasty surprise for any AI that are trying to flank in behind through the only entrance to the compound. Right up until there's that one AI who ruins everything by running straight through a solid wall and making himself right at home inside the building that your players are defending. But what if I told you there was a way around that? A way to more or less channel the AI in such a way that actually makes sense. Make the barricades that you've set up actually work as barricades. Now, this isn't some sort of black magic or some script-heavy AI mod that's going to completely ruin the performance of every player involved, but then, how do you actually manage this, you might ask? Well, before we get into that, first we need to take a minute to understand how Arma 3's pathfinding AI actually works. So here's an image of the town that we just saw from an overhead point of view, as your average ordinary person would see it. This, however, is more or less how the AI is going to see this town. And that's because AI don't see buildings the same way we do. They see path logs, which are basically a set of planes that tell an AI these are areas that you can walk on. One of the important optimizations that Arma AI does is that when it's on a path log, it doesn't actually run its full pathfinding AI. It just runs a simplified version that assumes it can walk anywhere on that path. This saves computing power since it's no longer checking for obstacles in its path. And therein lies the problem. So how do we use this to fix whatever the hell's going on with the AI? Well, let's start by having a look at what the AI would see. See the issue now? Once the AI is on the front porch area, it thinks that it's inside the building, and thus will ignore any obstacles in its path. The easiest way to know where a path lot exists is to just use common sense and look at where the stairs on a building end. Basically, every single building in vanilla Arma, most cup assets, and other modded objects will have a staircase out front and back at every entrance that allows them to more easily be placed on uneven terrain. The path lot will exist above every part of the staircase that isn't too deeply buried underground, and a little bit beyond that just so the AI can easily find their way on. So get rid of that useless door blocker because it's not going to stop the AI from seeing how to enter a building. Instead, you're going to want to put it in front of the building in such a way that it completely blocks any areas of the path lot. You might need to get a little bit creative in how you place this, but once it's all set up, the AI won't be able to enter the building from that side. They'll still be able to enter from any path log that they can successfully pathfind to, so that means if there is any entrance to the building that's left unblocked in this manner, they will try to find their way to it. Now, unfortunately, Arma being Arma, there has to be one AI quirk that I'm completely unable to work around, and that's that sometimes its pathfinding will just break in ways that seemingly make no sense. Sometimes there will be areas which seem like an AI should be able to make their way through, but they just can't, for no real logical reason. I'll leave a command in the description of this video that you can enter in the debug console that will spawn an agent where you're looking and tell him to immediately run to your position. That should help you test places just to make sure that AI can actually get to you. So just do yourself and your players a favor and make sure you test your mission before you play it.